Pete! Yo, Pete! Pete! Where you at, kid? Pete, I'm coming in! Yo, Pete! Hey, Pete! Pete, anybody home? Hey, Pete! Pete? 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 Where is he? Pete? 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 Pete! Yo, Pete! Pete! Yo! Pete! 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 Yo, Pete! Where you at? Pete! Pete! Come on, dude! Pete! 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 You got shit to do! You got a show to fill! Where you at, kid? Pete! Peanut butter, bacon jelly, where you at, Pete? Pete! Petey, 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 Petey boy, come on, Pete! Damn, Pete! Pete? 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 What are you doing in there? We got a TV show to film. What are you doing there? You can't be playing video games in the closet. It's the On the Road episode. Let's go! Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Hey, what's up, guys? Oh, extreme close-up. Yeah, welcome to episode 2 of Hanging with Nate and Pete. You can't see Pete, but he's behind the camera right now. Give yourself a selfie on video.
Hey guys, it's Peter. I'm going to be in more of a production role this time. We'll see how that goes.
So right now we're actually at work. We work for the same place, but that's confidentiality. So can't go into any more details. That's confidentiality. But basically, it's hanging during the work day, but also combining the chill factor of just chilling out. So we're gonna be driving over towards Cambridge right now. I know most of our shows kind of center in Somerville and like Davis Square, this kind of area. But right now we have an assignment for work to do in Cambridge. We're gonna bring you some views of the people and the sights and sounds of Cambridge, and hopefully you like it.
So yeah, I mean, as you know, Massachusetts is like a pretty old area, but there's a lot of universities and stuff. Harvard's been buying up land there, so it's got a certain level of prestige that people are generally drawn to. I find, especially people from out of state, you know, they're always like, oh, I go to school in Cambridge, or you know, they want to go to school in Cambridge is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, if you look around there, you can see a lot of historic sites. They've got, you know, restaurants.
Well, Pete, this is a site. Look at that.
Oh, geez.
Left turn on red after stop.
Oh yeah, this is Somerville only. This is local stuff here.
You're only gonna see that in Somerville.
Yeah, welcome
And
home.
I'll tell you what. There's one other thing you're only gonna see in Somerville. Literally, and that's Winter Hill Bank. And that bank right there, that's my banking institution where I keep my funds. So don't hack in there and take my money, seriously, because I need my money to buy stuff all the time.
Yeah, and without the money, I mean, however, we can't produce this show, so if you guys could just sort of respect our personal boundaries. Yeah, that'll work. Well, let's watch Nate take a call, actually. You guys can get some experience.
Yeah, actually, this isn't just a field trip for fun.
No.
No, it is fun. There's also work.
Here it goes.
Hello, this is Nate. I'm pretty good. I'm sorry. Who's this? Yeah. How's it going? Yeah, I was wondering if you guys could, I guess, mail the statements. And the person at the bank said that they do mail them monthly. Do you guys think you would have mailed it through like snail mail, or is it supposed to be email? It's not working. It's banking. All right, sounds good. Thank you so much. All right, bye bye.
Yeah, that's how it's done. That's how you take a call on the job.
That wasn't really job related. That was just banking.
Well, who hasn't gotten that call before? I mean, you're sitting, in your car, and you're trying to do your own thing, but then they give you a call, and it's like, oh no, just
like
sort of the
Beacon or Oxford. I should.
Dude,
probably...
this is actually a tough. Oh, Oxford, man, I've done this before. Somerville, we're in Cambridge. You guys missed it. I don't know.
It's fine. I can just go Broadway.
Yeah, whatever.
Boom, Cambridge Street.
Bam.
People go to Harvard, they love using the crosswalks.
Yeah, you can just totally do what you need to do. Oh, there we go. This is Somerville, but we're actually in Cambridge.
What the?
That was a big guy, pretty close to the car. Huh?
I was a little worried we were gonna kill him.
Yeah, and I have a lot of good evidence sort of against us. That would be tough. Let's see. So we're nearing actually a street that you guys may have heard of. It's Broadway, but it's not like the Broadway. You're thinking like NYC, this is a UPS truck. Product placement. We can get a few dollars from that.
Yeah, if you want to know what Brown can do for us, it's called sponsoring Hangin with Pete and Nate.
/ giving us the green.
We don't even need money actually. If they just like slopped us down a couple of large cheese or maybe pepperoni pies, like I'd be happy with that.
Exactly. That's like fuel. That's fuel. That's essentially money at this point in my life. Hey, another successful work trip, eh?
Nice job, Pete. Yeah. Was that work or was that for the show? Hey guys.
It's a little bit of both, if you ask me.
So yeah, tying everything in together. So that was one of what I hope will be many trips on this show, hanging out with Pete and Nate. It's not just hanging out doesn't mean we're just confined to our chairs hanging out, or even just this house or building or whatever it is.
Or several different houses.
Our studio that we pay $1,000 for.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I felt good about that. I think we made some real headway.
Yeah. I think one way is that we're trying to sort of diversify the show by adding some more morals to it. I feel like our viewership would really appreciate some lessons and just some ideas, from Nate and from me about how to deal with everyday problems. And so I thought it would be a good idea sort of to talk about like bullying in a grander context.
Is it alright if I take off my jacket?
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Yeah, I just want to switch back to the clothes that I was wearing during the trip, but not the ones that I was wearing right when we left. So
that's fair. You'll notice that I have actually changed into a half zipper.
We change a lot. That's part of the show.
Speaking of experience, Nate, have you had any experience with bullying yourself?
I have, yeah. I've actually had a lot of experience with it, unfortunately. I've bullied a lot of people. I'm not proud to say that.
What sort of methods did you use when you were a bully?
Well, when I was the bully, I would generally go with verbal bullying. There are some bullies that will go with the more physical, hands-on method. My hands are on you and I'm messing with you. Whether it's just a quick tussle of your hair that you don't appreciate, but you kind of okay, laugh along because maybe that will appease them and they'll leave you alone for a while, right? I'm sure you've experienced that.
Yeah, on the other side, I've definitely experienced that.
My side was more on the bullying side,
yeah,
but it wasn't on the physical, it was more on the verbal side. I mean, truth be told, That's an unfair way to put it. It's not. There's not one above another because, you know, sometimes verbal bullying, and I mean this in all honesty, I know we joke a lot, is more hurtful than physical bullying. As strange as that.
It sticks longer.
Yeah.
Physical, when you get hit, it's over.
Yeah.
Verbal, and that's a lifetime of therapy, etc. For those who really hit.
Yeah, and so my bully status, thankfully I'm past my bullying phase. That was actually quite a few years ago. But it really started out from being bullied by others. That's the other thing about bullying, is that it's like one guy bullies the next guy. Well, what are you going to do? You bully the bully back? No, because he's scary. He's already bullied you, so I just got bullied. Maybe I should get this bully stuff away from me by bullying onto other people. And that's what I did.
And how would you say that helped you going forward? Did you find that bullying was helpful for you?
I guess maybe at the time I did. And then I guess as you mature and get older, you realize that it wasn't helping me. It was, you know, it was probably just hurting me. It changed. It was, you know, it wasn't the temporary feeling of power over the victim of the bullying. It goes away and kind of converts into a feeling of loneliness and nothingness, which is actually the same feeling that the victim, at least in my case, felt as well. So, bullying or getting bullied kind of gives you the same exact outcome.
So it's an effort to push away the feelings to somebody else.
Yes, to your own feelings of shame or inadequacy or what have you, and to kind of give you it's like a drug almost, a little temporary high. Oh, I'm not inadequate because you are, because what you're doing is weak and bad and wrong. And then, you know, over time you kind of realize, well, that was just a facade for my own feelings. Does that make sense?
Makes too much sense.
So actually, I don't know if you guys have heard of, what is it, the Village People. This is what their song is about, actually.
YMCA right there.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even realize until today it was a religious organization, which is just unfortunate.
Does this guy want my spot?
Yeah.
They're fighting over the spots.
He's a Bernie supporter. I mean, big surprise. Like, just cut the spot in half, you know?
Yeah, what is it? Is this telling it like it is with Pete?
Yeah, well, yeah. You know, tonight's St. Patrick's Day, and there's always a dilemma of whether you want to go out, whether you want to stay in. And, like, you know, because, like, going out, you know, you're around all these people, but do you know them? Yeah, we've all thought about that, you know? So you're lonelier with people you don't know than with just yourself. That's my thought. Thank you.
Oh, no, we're not at the bottom yet. Hi, my name is Nate, and I'm here today to apologize to any and all people that I have bullied, tormented, upset, made feel less than, or however you want to say it, in the past. And I'm not going to apologize for the future because hopefully I won't be bullying or tormenting or doing those things again. But I recognize how hurtful those things may have been because I know that some things that I did were done to me by others, and that hurt. And so I now realize I hurt those people. It's more than one. And I'm just very sorry for it. And I realize now that I was wrong. I should not have done that. I'm going to try my best to not do it again. I know one time when I said, you don't even go to the football games, or do you go to the football games, when I know that the kid didn't go, that hurt because he was trying to pretend that he did go to the football games. And I mean, everyone pretty much knew that he didn't, but who am I to call him out for it?
Harvard Square! Welcome back!
That's just my driving style. I'm just. Whoa, we got another guy.
Hey!
Oh, whoa, guys just pop out from
This
nowhere.
is awesome. Who needs a turning signal? So yeah, if you guys haven't, if you're not locals, this is Harvard Square.
Oh, we got another guy who just wants to crash.
So this is the highlight of Harvard Square. Is just nobody cares. Everybody in the street is an asshole. Hey guys, it's that time again. We wanted to check out some more hilarious YouTube videos like we did last time. So Nate, yeah, let's get Chance in here and we'll cue that one right up.
Actually, no, Chance couldn't make it today, so instead of using our normal viewing setup, we have to unfortunately just use the phone. But what I can do, you've already seen this video, right?
Yeah, I think you sent me 2 days ago.
Yeah, so what I can do is
Homework.
I can Bluetooth directly from phone into the camera, and it should just kind of fit in perfect.
You couldn't say that about you can't say that about technology 2 years ago. This is really an amazing time we live in.
This is digital era. The last one was analog. I don't even know what was before that, but it was probably pretty bad. Anyways, let's check it out. Zapping now.
Today we have Easter for our press. We have this lovely basket, chocolate bunny and chocolate egg. Let's see what happens.
Boosh! You know, that's what I say. Boosh!
Yeah, I mean, you thought that was pretty funny. I could tell you were laughing.
Yeah, I turned red. You saw I turned red as a cherry.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was like kind of interesting. I like how a lot of YouTube people are just combining two different ideas without really thinking about it.
That's for sure.
But I think you might be overdoing it in terms of how funny it really was.
Yeah, I figured.
Sorry, no, yeah.
You ever watch like Regis and Kathy or something? They're enjoying themselves. I think we can use a little
oh, yeah.
More
So,
smiles.
Of course, yeah, just for the viewers.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
sorry, if you guys really liked that, then I'm sorry, it just wasn't quite my favorite thing. I'll try to be a little more enthusiastic.
Well, sometimes Nate thinks that we're just having a conversation, because this is just how we usually talk anyways, but, it's here to just help translate sort of how the audience feels. I'm a very empathetic person with these guys.
Most people have problems communicating with me. What did you think about the Easter basket itself? Did you think that was authentic or just like made for the skit?
The question is sort of like the grass origins. I saw sort of like plastic grass and sort of, I don't know, it feels a little forced in my, as both of us are filmmakers, so as
Definitely.
filmmakers, it's just, you can tell, it felt written to me. That's sort of an insider term, written.
Oh, like pre-planned.
Exactly, like too produced,
Oh, too pre-planned.
Exactly, you want it to feel natural, and to me, everything from the laughter to the speed of the press, it all felt like they had planned that before.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like, they were just walking on the street and then like, oh, check this out, and they just put the camera on it, and it was just...
it felt a little forced when you're hearing these people laugh, and it's like, they probably already did a practice run, they know what's
Exactly, they're not surprised. No. It's crap.
How about, why don't you pull out a video for everybody that's a little bit less forced?
Yeah, no, this one's, I don't need to say any more about it, I think you guys will love it.
Alright, let's just roll it.
Here, wait, let me use my phone. Do I use like the 6 or?
Just zap it into the camera, it's Bluetooth.
Is that like a 6-7 number?
You could fax it, but just Bluetooth it, it's a lot easier. You can just zap it over to me too if you want to zap it in there.
Should I zap it to you using Bluetooth?
We'll just zap it right in the camera.
Hello, Humphrey. Are you going to behave yourself today? Yes, that's a good monkey. Where are you going? You seem agitated today, Humphrey. Humphrey, what are you doing? Here's Timmy Timpson. Hey. Don't do... What was that for, Humphrey? Where are you going now, Humphrey? What are you doing now? Humphrey! What did you do that for? There's no need for that. What's there now, Humphrey? There's no need for it. Humphrey, where are you going now? What are you doing? Humphrey. What's an egg, Humphrey? 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 Humphrey!
That was a bad helper monkey.
When I was in middle school, I had tons of friends. Things were going great, but genetically, my body didn't want to shoot up the same way that my friends were shooting up. So as their voices dropped, mine stayed the same. And when we switched into high school, they didn't want to associate with somebody with such a high voice. So in order to make things work for myself, I went to the local patch store. And I looked around. I wanted a new identity. Should I be a goth? Should I be a punk? Should I, you just want to have something to cling on to when you're that age. And I came across this beautiful football patch. I mean, so I purchased the patch, took it home. My mother and we sewed it right onto the Letterman jacket that I had gotten from my middle school karate tournament. And so I went to high school the next day with the patch, and it felt great. I was walking in there, saying hi to everybody. I saw a bunch of football players over there, and I started my stuff, went over to them. I was like, hey guys, how's it going? And things were going great. And then until one of them talked and was like, have you even been to a football game? The feeling that I got at that moment was just this mixture of stomach fluid and butterflies. I turned completely red, and it was, fuck you, how dare you, you don't know anything about me. And I started screaming in the hallway, and that sort of led to a rough few years. Nate's just doing some goofs.
Sorry guys.
Yeah, sometimes we have to loosen up, so we're just doing some goofs. Loosey-goosey, loosey-goosey.
Breathing exercise is key. That's how you loosen up.
Exactly. You open up the wind tunnel, and then you just let everything flow to the rest of your limbs.
So hang on, Pete, time out. We're doing this all ad hoc. The editing this stuff together is going to be real time consuming and probably pretty boring.
We're probably not going to do many cuts.
Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should just stop filming and put this film in the trash.
And that's episode 2 of Hanging with Pete and Nate. See you guys next week. All right, here she blows.
Are you allowed to go in and hang out there?
Yeah.
You can't hang out.
No, you just gotta get the fish.
You're allowed to stay in your mouth. This is hard.